any other tips that you have for working with your significant other? Because I know we've definitely had fun doing that, and we've definitely had a lot of challenges doing that. Maybe we'll kind of wrap up with that and move into that.
I mean, what I want to say is if you want to stay married, don't do it. No, it's just been for us, it's been a difficult season to navigate. I think um, because we started our dating life also was the start of our business partnership, if you will. So I think as we were learning, as we were getting to know each other, we were building a business together. And so um, I think it's just, yeah, I think where we're at now is keeping the lovership, I call it, the relationship, the intimate part of us. I think keeping that a priority. I think that's something we've gotten away from, and I think that's something we um, are moving back to. And I would say, I'm not giving advice, but I would say, from our standpoint or my perspective as a wife, and a business partner, feeling like we're the priority, because I think in the beginning, a lot of our conversations would end up being about work. And so that's really tricky when you're just getting to know someone, and just learning about who they are, and you are yourself are developing, learning about yourself in the state. So that's what I would say is just the prioritization. I think you and I do a better job now of, we integrate work and fun and play. It's all integrated, but I think you and I do a better job now of being able to even just tell each other like, hey, we're not going to talk about that now. Or is it okay if we talk about that at a later time? Or could you get on my schedule so that I can have a meeting with you? So that we could, I really want to hear what you have to say about that. I'm just not in the headspace right now, or I just don't think we should talk about that, so, or it's just not an appropriate time.
Yeah, I think all couples have to determine, all couples wear multiple hats, right? Like you and I are husband, wife, we are friends, we are, lovers, we don't have kids yet, but we have, we choose to have kids, we're going to be parents. And there's all these hats. And I think what we've learned is just, you got to step back and prioritize which one of those hats is most important. Otherwise, whichever one just ends up taking up the most time just automatically becomes most important, which is business. And I think you and I kind of stepped back and said, hey, our business partnership, which is what we have, is not the most important one. We're more interested in keeping our friendship and our lovership alive. And so that meant that we actually kind of moved away from each other in business, right? And that was a really, really difficult, and, we didn't do it in the best way that we possibly could have, but that was a really difficult thing to do. But once we did it, I think we kind of were able to fall into our natural rhythms a little bit more. At least that's my perspective. I don't know. You may have a different perspective on that.
I think at first it was hard, but now that we're in the place that we're in, I love us. I love our love. And so I would say, yeah, that's what I would say. The prioritization and just making that other person feel really special, and everything you did in the beginning of the relationship, you should do in the end. There won't be an end. So we just
That's a
keep our
great
love.
quote.
So we just keep our love on, keep our hearts open towards one another. I think it's really, really the key. And then we talk about everything, right? Like nothing's off the table. Um, I think we've decided that early on in our relationship, and it's hard. It's vulnerable. It's, there are things that you don't want to talk about, but I think just having that understanding that nothing, like everything is allowed here, all parts of you are welcomed. There's no judgment. And that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of maturity. And I think, we're not perfect, but I think we've really developed into those people, I think that we aspire to be. So, yeah.